Hello everyone, welcome to what I'm going to call Gel Press Wednesday. My name is Julie and this is a paper flourish craft video. So I'm going to make a card using the 4-inch circle gel press, and I'm also going to use some of the lovely Cosmic Shimmer, the Creative Expressions Metallic Gilding Polish. When I buy a new product, one of the things I always like to do with it, if possible, is to try it out on the gel press to see whether or not it's something that can be used on the gel press. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I was having a play with using the gilding polish on the gel press. So that's what we're going to do today. I'll just pop that to the side for the moment. The colour I'm going to use today is called Ocean Teal. Beautiful blue colour. I'm going to make a Christmas card using some of the lovely Lavinia Christmas stamps. Now I'm going to use some of the Lavinia cream cardstock, the multifarious cardstock. That's the one I'm chosen to use. And I've actually got quite a big piece here of the cream. I've cut out a 5.5-inch square piece. So I'm looking to make a fairly big 6-inch card today. Let's pop that to the side. And I've got a piece of paper. Where is it here to work on? Here we go. So I've put the gel press on the largest Lavinia acrylic board, and this is what I always love to use for the gel presses. It sticks on top. You can turn it upside down, it won't come off, and you can do your inking on top of it and printing. So I've placed that already onto the Lavinia plate. The metallic gilding polish in the top of the lid is the sponge. Okay, and then we're going to open it up. It's like a really nice mousse, and they're beautiful and shimmery and shiny, these polishes. I'm going to take a little bit here onto the sponge. I'm just going to play with it on my Lavinia mat. It will wipe off here with a baby wipe. And then I'm going to start to put this onto the gel press. Now, one of the effects I found that I really liked was going round and round like this. So you get this swirly pattern on it. And it looked really good when it was printed. A bit more swirly, just a little bit deeper with that blue. You could pat it like that. You can try anything, but I just kind of like this swirly whirly pattern. So I think that's probably enough. Now with these polishes, always spray of water onto the sponge, spray of water into the pot, keeps it all moist and ready for the next time you want to use the polish. So I've got the polish there onto the gel press. So with a baby wipe, do that straight away. I'm going to wipe this off the mat just so I don't end up placing it where I don't want it to be. Isn't that blue gorgeous? Okay, I'm going to get my piece of multifarious, the cream cardstock, place it down. I want the circle to be in the centre, so I find it easiest to put the card down and then place the circle as close as I can to the middle of the card. I'm going to give that a good press. I can see there that it's all attaching to the card. A really nice press. So I always say with a gel press, throw anything on it and just see what happens. If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. You don't know till you try. I'm going to peel this off. Have a look at this. Can you see the shimmer and shine in that? And the swirly whirly pattern looks cool, doesn't it? That was just what I decided to do today, but I like that movement through the print. Now the polish will just wipe off the gel press with a baby wipe. Most of the polish has ended up on the card. Let's place that to the side. Now let's have a look at this. Always find things come off the gel press fairly dry already, but I'm going to give this a blast with the heat tool to make it sure it's 100% dry. Murphy fur, even amongst all of that swirly whirly pattern, there's a Murphy fur. He was here a minute ago, Murphy. Where he's gone? Where you gone, Murph? Murphy. See if he comes and pays a visit. He's up on the craft table just beforehand, trying to have a drink from my water pot like he likes to do. Alright, so I just want to make sure that is nice and dry. And it is, that's all dried. So I can run my finger over that. Nothing's coming off. That's completely dry. Now, if we put the metallic polish, if I was making a different card, which you've probably seen me do in a video, and I would colour the whole card front with the metallic polish, dry it, and then go to stamp on it. As we found, if you then stamp with the Versafine Clair Nocturne, it won't dry on the metallic gilding polish. So we've used, in place, we've used the archival ink, the jet black archival ink. Playing with the gel press, I've actually found we can stamp with the Nocturne or with the Versafine Clair and it will dry. On here, I have no idea why. If you have any idea on that, please pop it in the comments to enlighten me. But I thought I'm going to give it a go and try. And so now we can use our Versafine Clairs on here and it's actually going to dry. So I decided I'm going to put, this is the Christmas night stamp, and I'm going to put Santa going across this lovely circle, printed circle. So I'm going to use my stamp press. Holding it down with the magnets, let's place Santa across the lovely circle, right across the middle. Pick it up on the gel press, ink it up with the Nocturne. I said a lot of things in craft, you find out if it works or not just by having a go. This is a cute stamp. All right, so let's stamp that across the card. Being the main feature of the card, apart from the gel press, of course, I wanted to make sure we get a nice strong stamped image. I'm going to ink it up another time here. So if I was doing this straight onto the metallic gilding polish that I'd wiped on the card, it wouldn't dry. But from the magic of the gel press, somehow this ink will now dry on the card. Okay, let's stamp really nicely. Let's place that to the side. There we are. Give it a moment and that will set and dry without a problem. So now we're going to decorate the outer edges of the card, and I'm going to add a sentiment. I've decided to go with my go-to sentiments, the Penny Black Banner sentiments. And I've chosen the swirly Merry Christmas, the one, a little bit of a wiggle to go with the swirls of the card. I'm going to ink this up in the Versafine Clair Medieval Blue. And let's stamp that just, we'll put it, I think we're going to put it, no, I'm going to put it at the top, I think. Yep, let's do that. Hopefully I've managed to get it fairly close to the middle. There we are. Good Merry Christmas, isn't it? We have a lot of these stamp sets on the way. In fact, probably by the time you're watching this video, they'll be in stock, not only online, but also in store at Paper Flourish. And it is a brilliant stamp set. Now, if I'm going to just grab a paper towel and let's test out if this ink has dried. Look at that. Nothing on the paper towel at all. So that has, with the Versafine Clair, I've actually been able to stamp my image. I can rub my finger over it and it has dried. So something about the gel press allows that to happen. So as I said, I have no idea why, but different when you put the metallic polish on that way. You can use your Versafine Clair Nocturne. I'm going to put some, this is the Jip stamp, lovely, lovely stamp from Lavinia. And I'm just thinking of putting these all the way around the outside of the stamp. And I'm going to stamp them in the Versamark clear embossing pad, the wet ink. And then I'm going to emboss it with the embossing powder. It's one of the Speckle, the range of Speckle embossing powders. And this one's called Flurries. And it's so pretty. So I'm going to do that. Ink up my stamp with the Versamark. I'm really only using the end of the stamp. I'm not using the whole thing. One up there. Okay. Here's the Flurries embossing powder. I've got a piece of paper here that I've folded in half. That's going to help me to get the ink back into the jar. You have a look there. Pretty. Let me emboss that, get the heat tool over, and I'll show you how it looks. It's really pretty. It's just going to give this really lovely sparkle onto the card. going now. Very pretty embossing powder. Almost picks up almost like a gold tinge to it. All right, let me show you that one up close so you can see the effect I'm going for. Now, something I didn't do, which I'm very good at forgetting, and I need to make sure I do it more often, is before we do the embossing, good idea to get the Antistatic Pad and pop that over the cards, so that way your embossing ink is only going to stick to where you stamp and not to the rest of the images on the card. So I'm going to run that over. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the stamping same way. The jip's going to go all the way around the outside, embossed with the Flurries embossing powder. So I've embossed all of the jip around the outside with that Flurries embossing powder. Doesn't it look beautiful? It is the prettiest embossing powder. Then we've got our shimmery circle. I'm not sure if you can see that under the light, but when the light catches that blue of the Metallic Gilding Polish, it is just gorgeous. One last thing I'm going to do to the card, and I've got a Distress Oxide, the Unchartered Mariner. I think this colour will look really nice just to do the card edges. Now, I don't want to come in too far. I just want a little bit of blending around the right around the edge of the card. So I'm going to go with this is the Series 7, the size 7 brush, Lavinia stencil brush. It's the middle size one. And I think this could look quite nice. So I'm just going to take a lot of the ink off on the side. And I just want to lightly catch the edges on the way around. I don't want to go too far in. I want to take away from that beautiful embossed image, but I think it'll just finish it off. Make it look a little bit dreamy around the outside. So I hope you're having fun making all of your Christmas cards this year. It's the gorgeous Lavinia products. Certainly make it easy to make nice, beautiful cards. That's one along the top. There's my card. I will pop this onto some black mat around the outside and onto a card. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you for joining me for Gel Press Wednesday and making this gorgeous Lavinia card. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.